Alright, so this is science paper 2, division under the extraction of iron. So the question is saying figure 7.1 shows a blast furnace for the extraction of iron from ametite, which is iron 3 oxide. So in an exam, they can give you a weight equation. Then they are going to put what? Ametite plus carbon dioxide, let me say carbon monoxide. Then what is going to be produced? Iron plus carbon dioxide. Then they are going to tell you to write a chemical equation. So just know that ametite, it is iron 3 oxide. So we have waste gases. So on waste gases, an example I can give you is carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. Okay, so let me give you also the uses of carbon dioxide. So the use of carbon dioxide is used in the natural process of what? Photosynthesis. Apart from that one, it is also used in the manufacturing of fire extinguishers. Then the last one I can also give you, it is also used in manufacturing of what? Carbonated drinks. Let's come to raw materials. So on raw materials, these are just materials which are injected in the blast furnace. So they inject what? Ametite. So if you don't have ametite, you can also use what? Magnetite. So as for ametite and magnetite, these are iron ores, or the materials where you can get what? Iron. So apart from iron ores, we also have limestone, which is calcium carbonate. So limestone is also injected in the blast furnace, which is called calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is what? Limestone. So apart from limestone, we also have coke. So this coke, it is called the pure carbon. The pure carbon. Then the last thing, we have slag and also molten iron. So in this part here, you need to know which one is more dense than the other between molten iron and slag. So molten iron is high dense than slag. Then apart from that one, you need to know the chemical formulae of slag, which is calcium silicate. Then apart from that one, you need also to know the uses of what? Slag, like in the manufacturing of cement and road tar making, like that. So the first question, which is question A, is saying, name the raw materials put in at the top of the blast furnace with the ametite. So here they have given us the ametite, which is the iron ore. Now what is remaining here? We are just remaining with what? Limestone, which is also known as what? Calcium carbonate. Then the last one, which is what? Coke, also known as what? Carbon or pure carbon. Then as for B, Roman numeral number 1 is saying, balance the following equation for the reduction of ametite to iron. So we have iron 3 oxide reacted to carbon monoxide. Then what is being produced here is what? Iron plus carbon monoxide. Let me say carbon dioxide. Yes. Now let me start with iron. On the reactants here or reagents, we are having 2 atoms of iron, which means for me to balance with the products here or the product of iron, I'm going to put 2 on the iron here, specifically on the products. Okay. So when I put 2 on the products here for iron, I'm going to have 2 moles of iron and then here 2 atoms of iron. So which means this one is balanced. Then apart from that one, if I put 3 on the carbon monoxide here, 3 is going to affect carbon and also oxygen. So which means here on the reagent here, if I put 3 on the carbon monoxide, I'm going to have 3 atoms of carbon. Now, what about on the products here? We are just having 1 more of carbon, which means even here I need to put what? 3 so that it is balanced. So on the reactants, I'm going to have 3 atoms of, let me say 3 moles of carbon. Then on the products here, I'm going to have 3 moles of what? Carbon. Let's come to oxygen. So like they were saying, these 3 moles on the carbon monoxide, it is affecting carbon and oxygen. So which means here we are having 3 moles of carbon and also 3 moles of what? Oxygen. So 3 moles of oxygen plus 3 atoms of oxygen here on the iron 3 oxide. We are going to get what? 6. So on the reagent here, we are getting the total number of oxygen atoms to be what? 6. Then on the products here, these 3 here on the carbon dioxide, it is affecting the carbon and also oxygen. So which means these 3 here, I'm going to say 3 multiplied by 2, then I'm going to get what? 6, which means on the products also I'm going to get what? 3 atoms of what? Oxygen, which means this one is balanced. Then as for Roman numeral number 2, it is saying carbon monoxide acts as a reducing agent in the reaction. So carbon monoxide acts as a reducing agent in the reaction. Explain the meaning of the term reducing agent. So on this part here, let me try to explain a little bit on this part. So for you to define what a reducing agent is, you need to know the redox what? Reaction. So as for redox reaction, it is just the reaction of what? Reduction and oxidation. The reaction of oxidation and the reduction. So now, on this part here, I'm going to give you a mnemonic which is going to help you to remember what I'm going to explain on this part here. So the mnemonic is what? Oil rich. Oil rich. This oil rich, as for oil, this O stands for what? Oxidation. And then I symbolize what? Is. Then L symbolize what? Loss of what? Oxygen. Okay. So when oxidation occurs, a compound is going to give out what? Oxygen, or it is going to lose what? Oxygen. So I think on this part here you have gotten my point. When a compound undergoes oxidation, it is going to give what? It is going to give out what? Oxygen to another compound. So in this case here, in the reaction here, which one here is undergoing what? Oxidation reaction. So as you can see here, iron 3 oxide is being reduced to what? Iron, which means iron 3 oxide is undergoing what? Oxidation. The reason why I'm saying it is undergoing oxidation, this is because it is giving out the oxygen atoms here, so that it remains as what? Ion, just ion. Remember, oxidation is loss of what? Oxygen. So when a compound undergoes oxidation, it is going to give out what? Oxygen atoms. Then rich, R represents what? Reduction reaction or reduction, just reduction or reduction reaction. Then I symbolize what? Is. Then G symbolize what? Gain of oxygen. So in this case here, which one here is undergoing reduction reaction between iron 3 oxide and carbon monoxide? It is what? Carbon monoxide. Because carbon monoxide, it is gaining the oxygen atoms from where? From iron 3 oxide, so that it becomes what? Carbon dioxide. Okay. So since carbon monoxide here, it is acting as a reducing agent. So I'm going to say a reducing agent is a compound which undergo reduction reaction by causing another compound to undergo oxidation reaction. That's so. Then as for C, Roman numeral number 1, it is saying, so name the 2 substances that cause iron to rust. So let me say, name 2 substances that cause iron to rust. So now, when iron is exposed to oxygen, it undergoes what? Corrosion. As the result, it's going to do what? It is going to rust. Then apart from that one, when iron is subjected to moisture, so in this case here, I'm talking about water. So when iron is subjected to what? Moisture, it undergoes what? Corrosion. So in this case here, the 2 substances that causes what? Iron to rust. The first one is what? Oxygen, followed by water or moisture. That's all. Then as for Roman numeral number 2 is saying, state what is meant by galvanizing and explain how it prevents what? It prevents iron from rusting. So now when you talk of galvanizing, this one is just the method of what? Preventing corrosion. Then what is corrosion? Corrosion is the process by which a metal reacts with oxygen in order to form a what? A metal oxide. Oh, you are going to find that when a metal collides with water, it is going to undergo what? Corrosion by forming what? Rust. So as for galvanizing, it is just the method of preventing what? Corrosion, where zinc is coated to a metal or to another metal to prevent what? Rusting. So it is just the method of preventing corrosion, where zinc is coated to another metal to prevent what? Rusting. So how is this method prevents what? Rusting or rusting of iron. It prevents rusting of iron by preventing iron to react with oxygen or water. That's all. So that was the last one. Thanks for watching.